Hello, ladies, and welcome to season 2 of LOL Living Out Loud. So nothing's changed. Grab your lady, that means your girls. Grab yourself a drink and a journal. You're going to need a pen. And come on in to LOL Living Out Loud. Hello, ladies, and welcome to LOL Living Out Loud. It's good to be back with you this evening as we are dealing with the topic. Let me tell you how it came up before I tell you the topic. I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and we both single women, divorcees, and we were just talking about dating and some of the foolish mistakes that we've made, throughout our dating life, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm sure I'll make some in the 60s. I don't know. That might not be true. I'm not going to claim that. So, whatever. But we were talking about, sometimes how you think you're in love or you think it's the real thing, and then something happens and the question comes to mind, in the terms of New Edition, is it really love? Or if it's really love? So that's what we're going to talk about this evening. But before I jump into that with my guest, I just want to remind you guys to please hit that subscribe button, tell a friend, share it. Go ahead and get your girls, get your drink, and get your journal, because there's always something you can journal about. And if you feel free to shoot me an email, give me, review me, tell me what you think we could do better, because I'm sure that there's a lot of things that I can do better. But I just enjoy living out loud with you. So without further ado, you're going to hear some fan in the background. I'm not even going to try to edit it out, because if I'm living out loud, I'm menopausal and it'll get so hot, I will have to just stop the recording. So the fan is in the background. Some of y'all understand what I'm saying. I hope you can feel my fan. Welcome, Sammy.
Hi.
Let's talk. So we were on the phone, ladies, and I said, wait, stop. This is a perfect episode to record. So y'all get your friends together and have some real talk. Stop trying to act like you haven't been a dumb woman, because we've all been silly.
All of us.
So Sam, I gotta ask. We won't even deal with our marriages to divorce. Let's just deal with men that we have dated. Okay.
Okay.
So talk to me about. I'm gonna give you one or two examples. Okay. But let's start with one guy that was really special to you, and you thought you guys had something real and lasting. You thought you were going somewhere. Let's talk about him. Let's just call him Man A. We'll leave out names.
Okay, Man A. Man A. So, what do you want to know? Do you want to know? Oh,
tell me whatever
I guess the subject was it really love?
Was it really love, or is it really love? Say it.
You know how you meet someone and they seem to check every box. They meet the criteria. They're not bad on the eyes. They look like they're a hard worker. They seem like they're so attentive to your needs. The receptionist that they put forth to get you. Because women don't only do that, men do that also.
Right.
And you think, oh my goodness, this is the one. And then you look and it's only been 3 weeks.
You know he's the one in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
Because why? Why is he the one in 3 weeks?
First of all, but wait a minute. Then you say, God must have sent him.
Child.
I put it in my Bible, all the things that I wanted in a man. And this is my sign. God sent him. What? He's holding the door for me. He's opening up the door for me.
Are we not talking about the basics, right?
Yeah.
But when you find somebody and they meet the basics. You struck gold.
Look. He paid for my meal.
And it wasn't at Denny's. Okay.
Oh my goodness, he's the one.
Yeah.
He wants to take me home to meet his parents.
Mm.
I talked to his sister.
Mm. That must mean it's real, right?
Man, and you talking about a setup. A setup. Because first of all, ladies, what's the rush?
Right.
What are we rushing for?
And who's rushing? Are we rushing or they're rushing? Or do they have a sense that we're pressed? What is it?
Okay, because I think that they have a sense that we're pressed, but we talk too much. I said this before.
Please say more about, ladies, listen, just listen, because I'm going to listen to this too. What does it mean when you say we get involved with a man is invited into our space and we talk too much?
Okay, so you think that he's being attentive to you because he's letting you talk about your past, who's in your life, who's not in your life, about old relationships, how you broke up, what he did, what he didn't do, what he couldn't do, the money that he had, the lacks that he had. And the only thing you're doing is being studied. And everything that you tell him is teaching him how to set you up. Now, I'm not talking about everybody.
Right.
But I'm just saying what happened to me.
Okay.
It's
your story.
It's a setup. They're studying you. They'll find out, they'll know if it's anybody in your life that will protect you from them. Oh, I don't talk to my family anymore. Me and my uncles are not close. Me and my brother lives in another state. We don't talk at all. So who's gonna protect you from him? You don't have to worry about that because you told him it's no one. If somebody cheated on you and how you caught them, then he knows if he's going to cheat, he's not going to do the same thing. No. Because he knows that you'll catch him.
And he'll say something like, Sam, y'all, she's telling the truth. I would never do that. Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've cheated before, and you know, I've learned from that. I would never do that. We're too old for that.
And so that's what I mean by we talk too much. Let him do some talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let him tell you, and really, really, really get to know each other. Know somebody's heart. Nobody gives their heart. You'll meet the receptionist, and everybody wants to put their best foot forward, and I get that. Mm-hmm. But when does that receptionist get to retire?
Mm-hmm. I say, you know, and I can't talk about men because I'm not a man, but I'll say it this way. It seems like it's natural for women to want to be cared about, to be cared for, to feel protected. That's natural. But how we go about doing that and how we go about inviting people into our space, people being men, if you're heterosexual, women, if you're a lesbian, however you do this, we have to be careful. And one of the best ways that I have learned to do that is to shut up talking so much. Now, I just learned that last week. I learned that about 6-7 months ago. But you know, we have to shut up because what we need to do is listen.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to say a thing. If you listen long enough, they'll tell you everything you need to know.
That's right. And if they don't tell you, they'll sure enough show you.
They'll sure enough show you.
But
they will. We do tell them, Sam, our hurts and pains and
oh my goodness.
sorrows, wants and desires. And the wrong man studies you like a book, puts it into his computer system, and works you like clay.
And will prey on you.
Yeah.
Not P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y.
Correct. And I'm going to say, I don't know, man or woman, somebody who is deceitful, narcissistic, which is what my last experience was, dealing with a narcissist and being able to find it and label it for the first. It wasn't the first narcissist I've ever dealt with, because I had two ex-husbands, don't judge me, two ex-husbands that were narcissistic, but this is the first time I knew what it was, could call it what it was, and it helped me be able to walk away from it. And that took a moment, because I had told the fool so much. Did I call him a fool? I told the gentleman so much information, and he used it all against me. Yeah. Every single thing. Was it because I was desperate? Y'all listening? Is it because we get desperate? And wait a minute, before we go further, for the ladies say, I'm never desperate. I'm not pressed about no man. I need you to bring it down a second, write something in your journal, and keep it real.
And stop lying to yourself.
And stop lying to yourself.
You know, when you go home and you look in the mirror, it's only you standing there.
That's right.
You need to tell yourself the truth.
My therapist said to me once, yes, I have a therapist. I highly, highly recommend a therapist for everyone. Just like you go and you have your annual PAP, mammogram, you need a therapist to have an annual mind check. So one day my therapist was theraping me, was counseling me while I was going through my divorce with my last husband. And he asked me a question that I couldn't even answer. It literally took my breath away, because it was the first time that I heard what he was saying. He said, so, Rena, when was the first time you compromised? My therapist is a man. And he said, I want y'all, this could be a writing prompt right here.
Yeah.
When was the first time you compromised in that relationship? What was the first time? In other words, what's the first time you lowered your standards, turned your back on your values? You walked away from your morals, your standards. You had an agreement with yourself, an arrangement between you and God, or arrangement between you, yourself, and you broke it to satisfy somebody else. You compromised your values. And I believe that when a brother finds out that we compromise, or he can easily get us to compromise, or a sister, anybody who is willing to manipulate you, they win. They got you. The first time you compromise.
But my thing is too, stop banking on potential. Can somebody give me a definition of potential? What is that in a relationship?
Yes, please, somebody write it in, call us. What
is potential in a relationship?
I think when we said, when we were in our 20s, well, he's got potential. That means that he was getting educated, he was becoming educated, he was out here in the job world, and he was looking for a job, and he was going somewhere. He had dreams and ambitions and admiration. But at 50 plus, which is the bulk of LOL, and if younger sisters are listening, please listen and don't make the mistakes we've made. I've said that before. But at 50 plus, if the potential hasn't manifested, we need to run.
I mean, how long do you bank on potential? Is it a month? Is it 6 years? He gonna get his life together. Is he gonna do better? I mean,
at 50 plus, if the man has not arrived at his destination, we need to let the bus door close. It's done. I mean, we need to just, no, I don't want no scrubs. None. A scrub is a guy, also known as a buster. No, none of that. We don't need, there is no potential. And it sounds cold. And y'all, ladies, if you disagree, please go. Y'all, look at all the information at the bottom of subscribe. It tells you how to reach me, send me a voice message, everything. If you disagree, say so. But at our age, we don't have time.
Okay, but the thing is too, because I told you on the phone that pickings are mighty slim. So what about someone who has gone through a divorce
Uh-huh.
and he's paying alimony or child support and he's living with his mama, but he's the best thing since sliced cake.
So I'm going to
Is
say
that
the
is that
wrong thing.
potential?
I'm going to say the wrong thing.
He got
Yeah.
a good job.
Well, why is he living with his mama? Is she sick?
Well, because he's paying all these other things.
Well, when his children grow up and they age out, then I will give him my card. And hopefully I will be available. That is the wrong thing. It's not politically correct. But at 55 years old, I don't have 1 month, 1 week, 1 year to wait for your children to grow up, because your children should be your priority. I expect you to take care of your children. And even when they age out at 18, I expect for you to help them go to college and anything else they need. So, and I don't have any children. I have dogs. And so therefore, I don't have the time, the energy, or the consideration. I will pray with you and I will be your friend, but you can't have my heart. And that didn't sound right. Y'all don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm done with it.
Because you have women out here that's our age and feel like when somebody like that comes, that they don't have a choice. We always have a choice.
Well, see, and some would say, well, the choice is you'll be by yourself. Okay. That's
right.
That's a valid and legitimate choice. Matter of fact, Sammy, I was just thinking, you just told me about that Burger King Impossible Burger special. I was like, I could meet you there. This could be my Saturday night date. Saturday night. I don't know why all these songs are coming. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's what's coming to my head.
Why is being alone so bad?
If you don't like yourself and you have not learned to be by yourself and to enjoy your company, if you have not, frankly, is a way to say this, get a life, have some hobbies, read a book, watch some movies, hang out with some girlfriends.
But that's too boring.
Time of COVID, go for a walk.
That's too boring. I'm the life of the party. I need to get out there. I can't be alone.
But a broken heart is not boring, and it's hard to overcome.
It is.
And God even asks us to protect our hearts, right?
Yeah.
And what we do as women, we give our heart. Now, let me tell you something. And if you guys have any men in the room, they can hear what I'm about to say. Going to a good woman, because all women are good women. So going to a good woman, a woman with a kind and compassionate heart, is like walking to an ATM machine and being surprised when that ATM machine gives out money. Because that good woman does exactly what she's supposed to do. She looks to support, to encourage, to empower the person that it can be a stranger that you're just meeting. And he says, well, yeah, I'm trying to figure out this. And if you have the information, we're quick to say, oh, okay, well, why don't you try this? Or I know somebody that does that. Or why are we trying to be so helpful? Well, we're helpful because that's who we are. Mm-hmm. So when men find these so-called good women, these women that'll ride or die, men don't want a lot of men. Let me just not put a lot of men don't want these ride or die women. They want girlfriends.
Correct.
Here's the difference. A girlfriend is an immature female seeking companionship. Mm-hmm. The girlfriend will spend the brother's money, all of it. She wants to go out to dinner. She just don't want to go quick strop to IHOP. She wants to go to Ruth Chris. She wants to go to the Chart House. She wants to go to the best restaurants all the time. She wants to go to this vacation. She wants to go do this. Everything costs money. No money is being saved. No planning for the future happens. But that's the one that men tend to. She looks great, naked, bikini, whatever. Best weave, best eyelashes, whatever. Men tend to want the girlfriend and they step over the wife. The wife is the sister who supported your dream, caught your dreams, supported you, not supported you financially, but in that too. But she spoke life into every area of your life that was broken. Men step over her, that she would just friend.
Yeah, a woman that is wife material gives life.
is life. But
Get
girlfriends,
life.
but you marry a girlfriend and surprise, but she acts like a girl, an immature female. You get surprised. Men do it all the time because she looked good, because she did this good or did that well. And they overstep probably a woman that's already and has been in their life. They used her and walked over her and went to pretty girl.
And cheated on her.
And cheated on her, yes. So look, how many stories do we have of women who have married men, put them through medical school, law school, you name it, and they roll out with the nurse or the secretary. It happens all the time. And we always want to blame men, you know. So back to the question, is it really love? Perhaps it's not the man's fault. Perhaps we need to take a moment and examine our broken areas and our areas of vulnerability. And we look at why and how they're so easily exploited. Why we are so quick to give ourselves. Why are we not shrewd with our hearts? Are we taught not to be shrewd? That's a question, Sam, I'm asking.
I don't know. I think as a young girl growing up, you know, we had the thing of, I just want to get married and have children and a house with a picket fence and be successful. And as the years tick on, it seems like those TikToks are against the woman. You have a certain amount of time to get pregnant. You should be married at a certain time. And if you fall into those lies, because they are lies, and I'm not saying you should have a child at 60. I'm not saying that.
Nor can you. Not most.
But other things are important too.
Right.
You are important. Your heart is important. Your life is important. Peace is important. And so when we center around relationships or everything, I know women who can't be alone. They don't want to be alone.
Cannot be alone. And the first guy that comes by whispering sweet nothings, girl, oh, you're the one. I want to marry you. I mean, they break into the Luther Vandross music, you know, only for one night. He's the one. And he has shown them nothing. But what it is they're praying, the brother's praying, but it's her. It's her insecurities that's setting her up. You know,
and that drew him in.
And that drew him in. Oh, here's one. They be singing, another one bites the dust. That's what happened. And is it really love? So let me ask you, because some of y'all might be in something right now that's listening and that's listening to this, and you might be wondering if it's real or if it's Memorex. So, Sam, how do you know when it's real? Have you ever, because you know, it's possible for us to be in a healthy, loving, committed, monogamous relationship.
Yes.
And it's still not work. It's still not be the best thing for us. Have you ever experienced that? Has it been, we know we've experienced breakups where the crap was a mess.
Right.
Have you ever experienced a connection with someone that was real? And how did you know it was real?
Never happened in my lifetime, and I've been married. Yeah. It wasn't real.
Y'all get the tissue. I am not laughing at you.
Because
I am laughing to mask the pain.
It was temporary. He wasn't in it for the long haul.
So therefore it wasn't real, right?
It wasn't real. Okay, let me go back. I'm gonna go back.
Okay. You might have to dig out a husband to have this conversation.
Yeah. I just, okay, so when I was married, the first, I guess the first 4 years were great. Wow, but that's because I didn't know he was cheating.
Lord.
Let me tell you what I found out after the fact.
What did you find out?
I got married in 1997. He had a child by another woman in 1999. Right. So he never loved me. Now, as a wife,
Well, some people would argue that he loved you and he just slipped and he made a mistake.
Did he slip twice? Because in 2009, he had a baby by the same woman. Was she laying outside waiting for him to come back? I mean,
I didn't say I thought that. I'm just saying something. Don't get me. No, I don't believe that he fell down the stairs and her just legs just wide open. No, that didn't happen.
So, but what I'm saying, found out before we moved into our first place together, the mistress had already been inside. Yeah. So my thing is this. Maybe we have different definitions of love. You know, you hear people
Before you go further, everybody, writing prompt, how do you define love, Sam?
How do I define love?
If it's really love, what's love?
I don't know. I've never experienced it.
Well,
I can tell you
your imagination about it.
Well, no, I can tell you how I love.
Okay.
I can tell you how I love. Mm-hmm. Because I was getting ready to say everybody's definition of love is different.
Right. Based on what their needs and their needs are.
Correct. And so because of that, you can be with somebody who don't know how to love you.
Right. Love languages. Mm-hmm.
That's right. You can be with someone that say they love you, but they don't know how to love you. Now, my kind of love is I'm wifey material. I give life. I'm that ride or die. I'll support your dreams. We'll make it come to fruition. Mm-hmm. Together, we'll travel. We'll build up one another. You'll have my heart and I'll have yours.
Right.
You'll understand my needs. And you will try to make my life easier. Mm-hmm. You will choose me. You will have my back. I won't have to come home and tell you to empty the trash because you will already have it out on trash day. Mm. If I'm too tired to cook, you'll cook a meal. Mm. You have my back and I'll have yours.
I take it you haven't had this version of yourself for yourself?
Say it again.
I take it you haven't had this version of
I have not. And it's because of me, though.
Talk about that.
I talk too much.
Ladies, that's deep. She said it's because of her that she hasn't experienced the love that she wants.
I talk too much. I gave too much. And I asked for too little. If you doing it all, what do they have to do?
Nothing.
So if I'm telling you that you don't have to do anything, why am I expecting you to do something?
Or that you'll do everything.
Correct.
Right. My father used to say, be careful of the standard that you set.
That's right.
If you teach them. So I don't know if any of you that are listening, or Sammy, I don't know if you have ever watched the Joy Luck Club about the Asian women. And Asian women are taught to be particular kind of wives to their husbands. But y'all, the Joy Luck Club, write it down and watch it. But there's a scene, this Asian woman meets this white guy, and they meet in law school. And now they finish law school and they both study the bar and they become lawyers. And she is working and she is a bad girl. And his family is super rich. And they debate back and forth about the law, and she disagrees with him. No, that's not how it works. Flash forward, move forward. Now she's the mother of his child. He's rich. They're wealthy. Guess who stops practicing law? And she's home watching the kid. And he comes home from work. Hi, honey, how was work? What do you want for dinner? Well, whatever you fix is fine. Well, do you want chicken or do you want roast beef? Whatever you fix, you can tell he's irritated. Make a choice, make a decision, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just want to make you happy. What happened was she lost who she was. Y'all know, y'all have done this in relationships. She lost who she was completely because all she cared about was pleasing him. She was not a priority. The only priorities were their child and him. So she finally gets it and she asks him a question that the audience already knows. Are you having an affair? Yes. And I want to marry her and I'm going to sell the house. Okay. Her mother comes over and she says to her daughter, these are Asian mothers, Asian daughters. She says to her daughter, what are you cooking? And she says, the daughter, I'm making a peanut butter pie. Isn't that his, meaning her husband's favorite pie? Yes. And she says, you don't think you're worth more than that peanut butter pie? Why are you even, he's leaving you for another woman. He wants you to leave the house that you have built and taken care of and nurtured. And you're giving him a pie. And by the time the mother finished talking to her and telling her a story, the daughter is sitting out in the rain when the husband comes home. And the husband comes home and he's like, why are you out here in the rain? And she says, you can't have my house. She has all of a sudden gotten some value of herself. She all of a sudden, she gets that aha moment that we all get when we decide we need to walk the hell out of a relationship. She gets to the point where she goes, wait a minute, I'm better than this. You treated me like dirt, but y'all get it. He really wasn't doing anything to her. Sammy has said this over and over again. We screwed our own selves. We invited them to take, and then we're surprised when we find out it's not really love.
Right.
Perhaps it could have been if she would have stayed who she was. But who says that? Well, I know the culture tells us as women, we're supposed to sacrifice everything about ourselves for him. And they sacrifice nothing.